Welcome to another edition of Vegas Hockey Hub Shorts here on PRConnectionsRadio.com, the voice of new media. I'm your host, Ian Rachiele. And man, what an exciting Stanley Cup Finals it has been. The Vegas Golden Knights, they went over to Sunrise to play in Florida as it is game 3 of the 2023 Stanley Cup Finals between your Vegas Golden Knights and Florida Panthers. Now, to kick this game off, you had the pregame. You had Miami Dolphins legend Dan Marino, banging the drums, hyping up the crowd out there in Sunrise. They were trying to, make this a really entertaining pregame show. Nothing on the same level as your Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, their entertainment value is off the charts. Nobody's even better. But to start the game, in the first period, the Florida Panthers, first period, Brandon Montour, he put them on the board to make it a 1-0 game for Florida. But then later on, the Vegas Golden Knights, our captain, Mark Stone, made it a 1-1 game for your Vegas Golden Knights to tie it up in the Stanley Cup Finals as for game number 3. And then later in the game, after some good back and forth, Jonathan Marchessault had a goal in this game to make it a 2-1 game for your Vegas Golden Knights. And then in the third period for Florida, you unfortunately had Matthew Tkachuk. He tied it up in the third period to send it to overtime, whereas unfortunately in overtime, Carter Varhy, he scored the game-winning goal in overtime to make it a 3-2 game for Florida. So it is now a 2-1 series for Vegas, as there's going to be a game 4 on Saturday. And it's going to be really interesting to see who carries momentum heading into game 4, because Vegas did really well in game 1, did extremely well in game 2. And then in game 3, you started to see a little bit of a comeback, a little bit of resurgence for Florida. They did really well in certain aspects of the game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Florida does in game 4. And if Vegas can come back and they can do a bit of a turnaround in game 4 on Saturday. Now, if I have to give any credit when it comes to the Vegas Golden Knights, first off, Adin Hill did well for the Vegas Golden Knights. Yes, they lost. It was an unfortunate situation. They're up 2-1 in the series. But Adin Hill has done an incredible job for your Vegas Golden Knights. Adin Hill, people are making an argument that he could be the Conn Smythe MVP, and that is a valid argument. You could make it, because Adin Hill, he had 20 saves on the night. He was somebody that I look at and go, he's someone that has always been standing on his head night in and night out. So Adin Hill, I think that he did a solid job tonight. Unfortunately, let a few goals in, but if you watch majority of the game, he did really well. I also have to point out Mark Stone, the captain. You can really tell that the team rides his energy. The Vegas Golden Knights, when it comes to Mark Stone, when he is on the ice, his presence is felt. Not just in the locker room, not just on the bench, but when they're playing, his presence on the offense, his presence on the defense. He has done a really good job for the Vegas Golden Knights. And in this postseason, having 8 goals this postseason, the captain of the Vegas Golden Knights, he's done well. I also have to mention Jonathan Marchessault, the guy who is currently the odds-on favorite to win the Finals MVP. I mean, he has had 13 goals in the past 13 games in the playoffs. I mean, Jonathan Marchessault, he struggled in the first round, but ever since Edmonton, he has really taken off and has really become a leader for your Vegas Golden Knights. So as we're talking about the Stanley Cup Finals on Vegas Hockey Hub Shorts, this is where we talk about hockey for 5 minutes. I will say that heading into Game 4, it is going to be fascinating to see if Vegas can win Game 4 and bring it back home to make it a 3-1 series lead coming back to T-Mobile Arena, or will Florida capitalize on certain things they did in this game and we'll try to make it a 2-2 affair heading to Game 5 back here in Vegas. So, Game 3, Florida won 3-2, and I'm going to see how Vegas does in Game 4. But until then, this is Vegas Hockey Hub Shorts. I'm your host, Ian Rachiele, and we are here on PRConnectionsRadio.com, the voice of new media. So until next time, continue watching hockey, go support junior hockey, and go Knights, go.